Hello, and we're going to make some pasta by hand, which is really going to be a lot of fun because we get to use this. Okay, so this is actually just a 1.5-inch dowel. I've cut it into about 2.5 feet length, and to help it not stick to the pasta, I've coated it in oil. And I've done this quite a bit so that the oil soaks in. And I'm just showing you how to do it just now. But every time I use it, I give it another coating. All right, enough of that. To make the pasta itself, we're going to start with 2 cups of flour. This is fun. You get to make a huge mess. True. So we've got 2 cups of flour here. I'm going to make a big hole, a big well in the center. I'm going to put in some garlic powder. Quite a bit of it, actually, because I like garlic flavor. And we're going to put in some herb. Normally I like parsley. Today I'm using oregano. It will be amazing how that smells while we're rolling it out. Then we start putting in eggs. So we got a bunch of eggs in here now. Now we're going to start mixing it up. This is where it really becomes a big mess. Which is why I love this so much. It's like playing in the mud. Okay, the dough is made. Now it's time to make pasta. We've got our dough. I mixed it. I kneaded it. We've got some flour on the tabletop. And some flour on the stick. So now we'll take the dough and just mush it out into a disc. Smells really good, by the way. And now we start rolling it. Roll a little, turn, roll a little. We're going to roll it out till it's fairly thin. And then we will begin our magic pasta making technique. You ready? Start by sprinkling a little bit of flour. Spreading that over. And you take the top, and you flip it over, and you roll it back to the bottom. And then you start the process back and forth of rolling it out and spreading it sideways. Okay, after a little bit, this is why we need a little more flour. You unroll it and you turn it. A little more flour. Back and forth, and wider off to the side. You may be starting to see why we need a dowel that's 2.5 feet long instead of an ordinary rolling pin. Okay, so here we've got it. It's all rolled out. It's nice and thin. And what we're going to do is start to just fold it over. And then cut it into noodles. Now these can be set aside to dry completely for what's called pasta secca, or dried noodles, or they can be cooked as quickly as right away for pasta fresca. And that is how you make and roll pasta noodles by hand. No machines. So here are the finished noodles resting and drying on the countertop. Here in a few minutes, we will be making chicken noodle soup. Now let's see what it looks like. There we go. Chicken noodle soup. Mmm.